Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy holidays to you. Man, what a festive opening to this evening's program by your United States Air Force Band of the West. That was our holiday overture, written and performed last year by the arranger from the Band of the West, Staff Sergeant Justice McKenzie. Man, it was a fun twist on the familiar Over the River and Through the Woods, and it included some themes from some holiday movie classics like Home Alone, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Elf. Seeing the audience from our 2019 Holiday in Blue production reminds us just how wonderful it is to connect with our community through live performances. My name is Chuck Garreau, and I'll be your MC for this evening's concert. Tonight, the United States Air Force Band of the West, based right here in San Antonio, Texas, under the command of Major Dustin Doyle, is happy to celebrate the holiday season with each of you. We have a great show for you tonight. The program showcases not only the Air Force Band of the West, but performances from many other Air Force bands from across the nation and around the world. While we're here in San Antonio, Texas, otherwise known as Military City, USA, we'll be hearing from Air Force bands in Virginia, California, Illinois, Colorado, Hawaii, Germany, and the premier Air Force band in Washington, D.C. Now, following months of collaboration with these Air Force bands, we bring you this year's presentation of Holiday in Blue. This year marks the 36th annual Holiday in Blue concert here in San Antonio. Although we may not have an audience in the room with us like we had last year, we're happy to be performing for you in the comfort of your homes or wherever you might be watching tonight. Due to the restrictions of the coronavirus, we are unfortunately unable to perform for you in person. However, with the help of our friends at KLRN, our local PBS station, the United States Air Force Band of the West is honored to provide you with this year's Holiday in Blue concert virtually. So please gather your family and your friends and enjoy this opportunity to sit back and relax. The bands in the United States Air Force perform for the President, heads of state, and dignitaries from around the world, earning the distinction of being one of the finest military band programs across the globe. They engage communities, build diplomatic partnerships, and honor our proud heritage, showcasing the excellence that is seen across the entirety of the United States Air Force. Now, I know you'll agree, the holiday season, it's a magical time that brings joy, love, and togetherness to family and friends. The Band of the West is glad to be a part of your holiday celebration this year. Now, on with the show. As we do with just about every live performance, the Air Force Band of the West will begin tonight's show by honoring America with a performance of our national anthem. What a great reminder that even during this festive time, reflecting and honoring this nation is at the forefront to our Air Force mission. Thanks again for joining us in our Air Force Holiday in Blue presentation. We start the celebration tonight with a true holiday classic. All the way from Joint Base Langley, Eustis, Virginia, please welcome the United States Air Force Heritage of America Band's Brass Choir to perform Joy to the World.
Good evening and happy holidays. I am Brigadier General Caroline Miller, commander of the 502nd Air Base Wing and Joint Base San Antonio. I am happy to celebrate the holiday season with you tonight through this wonderful concert from United States Air Force Band of the West. I am proud of how our community has come together over these past several months, overcoming new challenges and providing premier customer service in the midst of a global pandemic. It is a great time to pause and celebrate the holiday season tonight. Did you know that Joint Base San Antonio is the largest joint base in the Department of Defense? With over 266 mission partners and a workforce of over 80,000 people, the presence of your United States military across San Antonio has earned us the title of Military City USA. Working together, we conquer difficult issues and build lasting partnerships that make our communities stronger. I wish you the happiest of holidays. In the spirit of the season where we spend time with one another, I'm going to join our band members as we share a little holiday cheer.
The next piece for tonight's performance will feature Night Watch from the United States Air Force Band of the West, located here at Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland. Now, the Troop Tree has become a tradition at our Holiday in Blue performance over the last few years. We ask our audiences to write messages of support to deployed U.S. troops and hang those cards on a Christmas tree. Those cards are then collected and mailed overseas to support our troops through the difficulty of being separated from friends and family during the holiday season. This year, we asked for Troop Tree messages to be mailed to us, and the response has been overwhelming. Let's take a look at a few of the messages we received. Wishing you a safe deployment during this holiday season. Thank you for your service, and Godspeed your return home. Please know that you are thought of often and prayed for daily. Thank you for your sacrifice. We are proud of our military. Please know your decision to serve our country is the right one. Don't ever doubt you're in the right place doing the right thing. Thank you for all you are doing. I hope that moments of joy and peace find you. We'd like to send out a huge thanks to everybody that participated in our Troop Tree this year, and an extra special thanks to Ambius Design Consultants for the donation of the tree, and to supportourtroops.org for distributing all of your cards and well wishes to service members overseas. We hope you enjoyed that story from your United States Air Force Band of the West. Our next piece this evening features the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America from Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, Shades of Blue. Their jazz band will be bringing you a soulful rendition of Mary, Did You Know, featuring Staff Sergeant Select Melissa Griffith on vocals.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you've delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Walked where angels trod. When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule all nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect love? That sleeping child you're holding is the great
Hi, I'm County Judge Nelson Wolf, and it's been my privilege to work with the military as members exit the military and become part of our community. It's a great, great privilege to work with these professional people and help them find jobs in our community. I'm honored to be part of this Holiday in Blue production that KLRN is doing. Thank you for that effort, and congratulations to everybody in the military that have served this country so well.
Most people picture the perfect image of the holiday season as having a snow-covered background, staying warm by the fire, right? Well, that's not the case everywhere. Say aloha with me as we welcome the United States Air Force Band of the Pacific from Honolulu, Hawaii to perform an island favorite, Mele Kalikimaka.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant Steve Larson, and I'd like to send you some aloha from Hawaii. Mele Kalikimaka from the Air Force Band of the Pacific.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway.
Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night.
Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas.
Merry, Merry Christmas.
Say Merry Christmas to you.
Well, how about that for some island holiday cheer? Our next piece was written by a famous Australian composer, Percy Grainger, whose music has been performed by concert bands all over the world. Performed by the brass quintet Freedom Brass from the Air Force Band of the West, please enjoy a beautiful traditional piece for this time of year, the Sussex Mummers' Christmas Carol. What a beautiful piece from your United States Air Force Band of the West. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate our 36th annual Holiday in Blue production. And now, we have something just a little bit different to share with you. Now listen, have you ever wondered if jolly old St. Nick could be tracked by the military with all of its high-tech gadgets? I know I sure have. Well, we have a fantastic story to tell you tonight that talks about that very idea, and we have a very special guest with us to tell it. Take a listen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Kelly, and I'm very excited to team with the United States Air Force to be with you for this Holiday in Blue production. During my 25 years of service in the United States Navy and my additional 20 years as an astronaut at NASA, I'm known as somewhat of an expert as a world traveler. Well, tonight, I'm honored to talk about the newest efforts the United States military uses during this time of year in tracking down Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve. With over 1 year orbiting Earth and space, I've definitely done my fair share of travel around the globe, much like jolly old St. Nick. And let me tell you, I've always been curious as to what kind of top secret Santa fuel his reindeers use. I sure wish we could have had something like his reindeer team had back when I went to space for that first time in December of 1999. I was on a mission to help upgrade the Hubble Space Telescope. I was only up in space for 8 days for that first mission, but one of those 8 days was Christmas Eve. I actually had a really good view of the Earth that night, and of course, wouldn't you know it, I'm pretty sure I saw Santa racing across the globe with his sleigh full of presents. With the help of the North Atlantic Aerospace Defense Command, otherwise known as NORAD, we've been able to track Santa every year on Christmas Eve for the last 65 years. I'd like to tell you all how this whole NORAD Track Santa thing got started. History was made in December 1955 when a phone call came into the Continental Air Defense Command in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Answering the call, Colonel Harry Shoup was surprised to hear the voice of a child asking to speak to Santa Claus. Soon after, more phone calls began filling up the phone lines, all with eager children hoping for a chance to talk to old St. Nick. Little did Colonel Shoup and his team know, a department store had placed an ad in the local paper, hoping to draw children to their holiday toy sale. The misprinted phone number rang directly into an important red phone in the CONAD Operations Center, and thus a holiday tradition was born. Colonel Shoup's command team fielded calls all night long, checking radars and informing children of Santa's progress. The tradition continued through the founding of NORAD in 1958 and has gone on to become a global phenomenon. Today, NORAD's cutting-edge technology provides real-time updates on Santa's Yuletide journey around the world. Our constellation of defense satellites use infrared radar to keep pinpoint accuracy on the heat signature from Rudolph's nose. Ground-based radar tracking sites relay updates to our elite fighter pilots who often escort Santa's sleigh through North American airspace. Our maritime partners in the Navy and Coast Guard make sure the seas are safe and secure beneath the flight path of the man in red. And finally, our special Santa cameras in strategic locations around the world capture images of Santa during his flight. Modern technology also allows people around the world to keep up with Santa's flight path using mobile apps, social media, and the NORAD Track Santa website. At the heart of it all, people can call or email the NORAD Track Santa Operations Center in Colorado Springs on December 24th. Volunteers are standing by to answer that all-important question: when will Santa get to my house? All of this is made possible by our volunteers and the amazing generosity of our corporate and government partners. Together, our affiliates bring this time-honored tradition to families around the world. What began with a single phone call has inspired the imaginations of countless children across the planet for more than half a century. No matter what is happening in the world, NORAD continues to keep the watch, maintaining the security of the skies across North America and beyond, and bringing a little holiday magic to us all. Thank you for letting me join you for this Holiday in Blue presentation and allowing me to share this incredible story of collaboration and inspiration. Happy holidays, and don't forget to keep an eye in the sky for St. Nick and his sleigh, and follow along as NORAD tracks Santa.
Good evening, and happy holidays. I'm thrilled to be with you tonight, joining our Air Force in this production as we celebrate the holiday season. As we close out a difficult 2020, there's still much to celebrate and recognize: our community, our families, and our friends and neighbors. Enjoy this wonderful time of year, and let's look forward to a wonderful 2021 in Military City, USA. Happy holidays.
Welcome back to our Air Force Holiday in Blue production. We're going to shift gears here a bit and take you to our Air Force Band in Germany. Now, our next piece was composed in 1818 by Franz Xavier Gruber, and its lyrics were written by Joseph Mohr in the small town of Oberndorf bei Salzburg, Austria. Now, this probably isn't ringing a bell just yet, but I promise you'll recognize this next song. This stunning performance tells the story about a famous encounter in World War I, where soldiers in the trenches on both sides stopped fighting on Christmas Eve to share a time of peace together. Please welcome the United States Air Forces in Europe Band as they perform the Christmas classic, Silent Night.
Long were the days, and dark were the nights, leading to that frosty Christmas Eve. It was the first Great War, 1914, along the Western Front. Allied and Central forces were dug into trenches so close they could smell each other's food cooking over the air. They could even hear the other's voices across the cratered and blood-stained fields that separated them. A space they called No Man's Land. The men's aching hearts yearned for home and family and the very human desire for peace. Perhaps it was nostalgia, but a small team of men began singing a cherished carol with hopes to warm their souls and raise their spirits. Across the frozen mud, another group of men heard them and began singing along, albeit in their own native tongue. The melody was a familiar one, and before they knew it, droves of men, friend and foe, erupted together in song. Much to the chagrin of their commanding officers, they laid down their rifles and slowly emerged from their trenches, meeting each other with handshakes and fellowship. For a few blissful hours, pure compassion led to an escape from the unimaginable horror that was war. The conditions for this miraculous and melodious armistice, known as the Christmas Truce, were sparked by a song that is said to echo throughout those very fields to this day. It was Silent Night.
Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wacht, nur das traute
You know, seeing the Christmas lights and hanging ornaments on the trees, and maybe even watching a favorite Christmas movie might all be some traditions that you and your family take part during the holiday season. Well, now we're going to bring you one of our favorite Christmas movie moments. Performing Skating from Charlie Brown's Christmas Story, please welcome Spectrum Winds under the leadership of Staff Sergeant Carolyn Sirix from the Air Force Band of the West. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Our next piece features the only choir in the United States Air Force, the Singing Sergeants. This premier ensemble is part of the United States Air Force Band in Washington, D.C., bringing you a popular cover tune of the famous a cappella group Pentatonics. Here's Carol of the Bells.
One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, going down, telling a tale, telling while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send on without end their joyful tone to every home. Ha, ha, ha. La
Oh, I like that one. That was the United States Air Force Band singing sergeants under the leadership of Chief Master Sergeant Ryan Carson performing Carol of the Bells from the pop vocal group Pentatonics. Now, I'm sure many of you watching tonight can think of someone that you view as a hero. Maybe it's someone who wears the uniform. Maybe it's a member of our community. Often without thanks, these incredible Americans do heroic actions using the moral compass of what is right. Well, we want to be sure to recognize these heroes who walk among us. Under the baton of the Flight Commander and Associate Conductor of the Band of the West, Second Lieutenant Michael Flynn, enjoy our next piece as we showcase some of our hometown heroes of the season.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Sierra White. I'm deployed here in Kuwait at Ali Salim Air Base. And I just want to send a shout out home to Dayton, Ohio, to my great family, my mom, Nicole, my grandfather, my dad, and all my family members back home. I love you all. And special shout out to my boyfriend, Chris. Love you. Happy holidays.
I'm First Lieutenant Olivia Jones, deployed to Ali Salim Air Base in Kuwait. I'd like to wish happy holidays to my friends and family back home, to my mom, dad, grandma, brother, my dog Miley, and my best friend Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Teresa Bowie. I just wanted to send big hugs and kisses back home to Josiah, Dan, and my mom and dad. Thank you so much for all your love and support.
This is Major Anthony Carter from Ali Salim Air Base. I want to give a quick shout out to my beautiful wife, Sophia, my handsome son, Anthony, my mom, my dad, Mrs. Mallory, Dr. Mallory, and of course all my family back home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and I'll be back home soon.
Greetings from Kuwait, Al Jaber, the Staff Sergeant Sarando. I want to give a shout out to my family and friends in Fresno, California. Say happy holidays and Merry Christmas and go dogs.
Master Sergeant Ruan, stationed at Al Jaber, Kuwait. I want to wish everybody back home a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. To my wife and 2 kids, Ethan and Natalie, love you and see you soon.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Max Mai. I'm assigned here at the 386 Air Expeditionary Wing. I work in wing plans. I want to give a shout out to my family in Redondo Beach, California. A shout out to my wife, Michelle, my daughter, Kaylee, and my son, Logan. Happy holidays. I'll be home soon. Miss you a whole lot.
Hi, my name's Sarn Pachano, and I'm currently deployed to Kuwait. And I wanted to give a shout out to my mom, dad, and my 2 dogs, Louie and Lola, in Yuba City, California. I miss you and I love you.
Hi, this is Sergeant Gardner. I'm stationed at IOD Air Base. Been here for a little while. Glad to see that my family's doing well. Want to send a shout out to you family back at home in Georgia. I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, I'm Technical Sergeant Wood from the 379th Civil Engineering Squadron. I just want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Michelle, my son Cameron, my daughters Tadia and Anna. Love you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and I can't wait to see you.
Good evening and happy holidays. I'm Lieutenant General Brad Webb, the Commander of Air Education and Training Command, headquartered in San Antonio, Texas. It's an honor to serve in uniform alongside the heroes you saw in the previous video. Please remember the service members who are deployed and away from family this holiday season. The 65,000 men and women of Air Education and Training Command serve you daily by recruiting, training, and educating exceptional airmen. We know that it's been a difficult year in many ways, and I'm thankful for your continued support of our military and their families. Even though this year has been a challenge for us, we remain focused on developing the airmen we need for the future and ensuring your Air Force is ready for anything. As an amateur musician, I truly appreciate the professionals in the Band of the West, and I hope you do too. From the Airmen of San Antonio, happy holidays, Happy New Year, and enjoy the rest of this year's Holiday in Blue concert. BJ, kick us off.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready.
We certainly hope this Holiday in Blue presentation is keeping the sounds of the season fresh in your mind. The United States Air Force Band of the West, along with the other Air Force bands around the world, worked tirelessly over the past several months in collaboration to bring you this performance. As we near the end of our program, the next piece on tonight's concert will feature some very special guests. Please welcome to the stage the nationally acclaimed Texas Children's Choir. In a true community collaboration, the Air Force Band of the West, led by the commander and conductor, Major Dustin Doyle, team up with the Texas Children's Choir to perform a rendition of Ave Maria and O Holy Night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. We hope the time spent with us was merry. It's been a pleasure performing and bringing the holiday cheer to your homes. The holiday season isn't just a concert or a parade, but a mindset that you keep in your heart wherever you go. The holiday season is forever, not for just one day. For loving, sharing, giving are not to be put away like bells and lights and tinsels in some box upon a shelf. The good you do for others is the good you do yourself. As we close this evening, we leave you with our last piece, a nod to the new year and great things on the horizon. Here's an upbeat, island-themed rendition of Auld Lang Syne by members from the Air Force Band of the West here in San Antonio, along with our Air Force colleagues in Hawaii. Enjoy.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. And surely you'll buy your fine cup, and surely I'll buy mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Once again, thank you for joining us for this Holiday in Blue production by your United States Air Force Band of the West. I'm Chuck Careau, and it was my honor to spend the evening with you tonight. Remember to keep our deployed military members and their families in your thoughts during this time of year. Have a safe and happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2021.